All right, Hotspot continues. The stream continues live on YouTube and on Facebook, and we are coming to you live on broadcast on KUM TV8. Once again, this is the Hotspot, and as you saw in that graphic, this is Candidate Conversations, where we let you get directly interactive with those outstanding Guamanians who want to simply and nobly serve you in the next Guam legislature. And we have two such candidates right now. We have from the Republican Party of Guam, Bistra Mendiola. Howfade, Bistra?
Howfade, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. And Angela Santos, of course,
Howfade,
Democrat. So first, congratulations to the both of you for making the decision to run in what's going to be a very challenging career, certainly, and we wish you both the best. We wish to extend to you and your teams, the people behind you, the people have always been in your corner, a happy and enjoyable campaign season.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Kariam, for hosting us here. It's a great opportunity to share more about who we are, where we come from, and why we want to do this job.
Absolutely. So real quick, just real quick rules of engagement. We're going to give both Bistra and Angela a minute to tell you a little bit about themselves, a little about some platforms, maybe who they are as Guamanians, as people, what they want to do to seek your endorsement, and then we have a series of questions. Time permitting, we're also going to ask several of the questions that you sent to us on our social media profiles. So I guess we'll go with Bistra, since she's closest to me physically.
Right,
Yep. So you have 60 seconds if you'd like to give a quick intro.
Howfade, Guam. My name is Bistra Mendiola, and I'm number 13 on the Republican ballot. I'm very happy to be here and share more about me and my background. As you can see, I wasn't born here. My accent kind of gives it away. I was born in Bulgaria, but I came to Guam in 1999, and this beautiful island has been my home. I'm married to Bistra Mendiola, and together we have two beautiful children. I've been asked always this top 3 questions whenever I meet someone new, so that kind of probably will sum it up who I am and why I'm still here, which is very important because I believe that staying here will enhance our future as an island. We're a vast majority of people who decided to settle, and we want to bring in that new skills and abilities to our island to enhance the future. So where I'm from, Bulgaria, why I stayed, because I love the culture. It reminds me so much of those beautiful, beautiful places where family is very important and where we raise our children for the better.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Bistro Mendiola. Very well done. Bulgaria, very, very good food too. I say we've got maybe better sunsets. I'm biased, of course.
Oh, you are absolutely correct. There is no sunset and I've traveled the world. Guam has one of the most stunning sunsets.
Absolutely.
Bar none.
Well, someone who I'm sure agrees with the sunset assertion is Angela Santos. Angela, always good to see you.
Hagulok PJ. Sana mo si paramjo KOM na mangaigiyam gini na manayam ni oportunidad. Guao si Angela Santos. I am 42 years old. I was raised in a family of core values with our cultural aspects of this island. People are the base, the root of where we come from. Social work. My brother is the late Angel Santos. I am the youngest, he's the oldest. We are cut from the same cloth. So helping people out has been just our entire family being. I am number 4 on the Democrat side of the ballot. I would like to further provide the people with the assistance and support that I have been giving them the past 38 years. I won't count the first 5 years, but with the love I have for our people, I will provide that with more support with the opportunity as your senator in 37th Guam legislature.
Right.
Sign Amasi.
Angela. Okay, now pop quiz real quick, because we talked about sunsets. What is the best place on Guam, in your opinion, to see a sunset?
My favorite spot I won't give up, but definitely the south.
I knew you were going to say that.
Whether you want to go to Humatak or there's beautiful view over at the Humatak Overlook, as well as the Maleso Pier. And then you got the mountain area, and then also the beach, because then you can get those colors that just vibrate off the water.
Absolutely. Fort Soledad is an amazing place to watch a sunset. I was going to say Fort Apugan over in Agana Heights, but again,
Bonito Loquid, no?
That's just me. All right. Okay, so we have a series of Q&A that we'd like to go over with both of you, and we'll start with Bistra Mendiola. Bistra, as a first-time candidate, what fresh perspectives, fresh energy, new ideas do you think you could bring to the legislative body?
One of the things that I believe very much in is that we need to focus on shifting our economy from service-oriented economy to more product-based, because we are lacking currently the ability to sustain ourselves. And look what's happening out there in the world today. We are very close to a possible conflict, and what keeps me up at night is answering this one simple question: what will happen if we stop receiving shipments of food or supplies? What will happen? It's just something that I've noticed, not just during the past 2 years, but almost 10 years ago, when I kind of narrowed down the difference between certain countries that have the ability to produce food, have the ability to self-sustain, and when I compare that to Guam, I want to change that. I want to pave the way for Guam to become the breadbasket of Micronesia, because I truly believe that we can do that.
Intriguing concept. Yeah, Guam, very, very true. Guam has never had our own export good. It's been talked about for years, maybe coconuts, maybe mangoes.
It's very minuscule. We do export,
Exactly.
but it's very minuscule.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay, Angela Santos, being a senator, as you well know, given your family's lineage, it can be a very glamorous job, but it's also, like fairly stated, is also a thankless profession in a lot of times. Why do you want to pursue this work?
Besides the family that I come from, with the people's work always in our hearts, it's me as a person, it's the heart work. I don't think it's hard work if it's always your intentions are pure about the people. It's heart work. That's always been me. I did work for Senator Rajel for the past 3 years, and I will incorporate the way that we had been helping the people with my candidacy for your senator in the 37th Guam legislature.
Very nice. May I just ask, like, when Senator Rajel made the very tough decision to say he would not be seeking re-election, like, what were your feelings on that? Pretty hard, I would imagine.
I mean, I love him as a human being. He's great. That's why he was my mentor. That's why I worked under him and worked with him. He allowed me to be that. And it was heartbreaking, but I understood why he wanted to do it. He was never wanting to be it's not about politics. When it comes to the people of Guam, there's never talk about politics. It's always public service.
A long-time broadcast partner of ours, Clint Rajel, obviously, and taking care of his family. So really, really good guy. We're going to miss him in the legislature.
Very much.
All right, Bistra Mendiola, your second question. You've noted that you have a proven track record of success in business. Many of your contemporaries have said on this very show that, you know, their number one priority is to restore the economy, and you kind of touched on that. Given your background, how do you make that happen?
How do I make that happen is truly by putting a lot of hard work and encouraging other people to take on that journey. Success doesn't come overnight, and it's a very hard path. And I've been there, done that, and I know already which areas I can tackle in the process of help others to achieve the same success like I've had. I went from selling coconuts to tourists into Mumbai to selling at the flea market just to make ends meet. I was on public assistance for a while. So I know what hard work and coming from nothing means, and how satisfactory that feeling is, that once you succeed and start providing not only for your own family but for your employees, you change someone's life. And that's exactly what I bring to our people here.
Empathy is invaluable, as most people would
Yes.
probably say. Okay, thank you very much for that. All right, Angela Santos, we've mentioned your late brother, Angel, you know, a legend in Guam politics, and, you know, that's putting it lightly. So you definitely have that tie and you know, that respect. But as long as I've known you, you've always been your own person too. So what issues, as you forge your own ground, should you be elected, what issues do you want to take, like, say, in the first 30 days?
Well, it deals with the love that I have for my family. My brother was a very big inspiration and a teacher for me, but also a teacher in life. When our people are suffering, we can't sit back and just watch. We have to step forward and take sides. The Land Trust, I sat on the Land Trust Commission for the past year and a half as a commission member. I would like to give support to the commission where the law needs to be reformed, to, in the situation that the trust is in right now, provide them the opportunity to maybe even pass or and even provide or get together a task force, right, and look into the land trust issues to see where we need to go right from there. But definitely reform for the land trust, because that's what my brother and the Nashon Chamorro worked their whole lives to provide to our people, is the sustainability to be able to cultivate on your property and live so you can start your own family, to be able to provide that provide back to our island.
Absolutely. May I ask, what do people ask you these days, especially like the young generation, right? Like our children, when they know who your brother is, the lasting impact he's had on our people, what do they ask you like about him, about his legacy?
They don't really ask me. They always give that sentiment of, I wish I got to know him. I wish I got to be around him. I wish I felt his spirit. And his spirit lives on with the people that he's touched, the lives that he's touched. You see it around, and it's happening. There are still people who carry on that spirit for the Chamorro people to be able to thrive on our island and be prosperous. But as a people, when our people are not prosperous, that we're not going to be thriving. Thriving in faith, thriving on our on our land, thriving just not to feel alone that we don't have a voice. So in that sense, it's always about, I wish that I got to know that man, that human being.
Thank you for sharing. Very, very fitting. All right. And Bistro Mendiola, your next question. If indeed elected, and let's say the Republicans take the majority in the legislature, which committee would you want to sit on as chairperson?
Definitely small business development and the land commission, definitely, because I feel that we need to really focus on developing more agriculture and fisheries. So in those areas, I'll be most likely of value and asset.
Very true. Are you active, may I ask right now, like with as a member of the Guam Chamber of Commerce, and some of the plans that that Catherine Castro and her team are putting out? So both for the big businesses, the Uniteds we have, and the Docomo Pacifics and the GTAs, as well as the small businesses and the many of those.
I was for a few years. However, really since 2017, when I first opened my retail store together with my husband, we've been truly focused on our business. So we had to make ends meet and really fight for that survival. So it was laser focused on something, so I couldn't really look to the left and to the right and join some other organization. However, I was very pleased with my prior experience with that organization. It was very helpful in terms of networking, information, and all that. So I will be going back very soon.
Absolutely. Well, I worked at least 8, 9 jobs when I was like a little squirt, like in retail. So anyone who's ever worked in retail, I was like,
there you go,
those are my formative years. I remember picking up the Hafa, this is Jason, may I help you? a very, very good way to get your teeth cut, like in the Guam, the larger scope of the Guam economy, to be sure. So
yeah, absolutely. And it's just exciting to us. One of the things that we pride the most ourselves with is really lowering the consumer prices in our stores, because we know that it's possible. And that kind of elevated us and put a spotlight on the issue that you don't have to be in it to enrich yourself, but you can give a little bit back to the consumer. And I just wish more opportunities in other areas of business are available to help right now our wallet.
Absolutely.
We need that.
The bottom line is the bottom line, but
yes.
there's also heart.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Very nice. Thank you for sharing that. All right, Angela. Let me ask you a little bit about marketing as a political candidate. Right. What is your campaign slogan, and how did you come up with it?
Campaign slogan. It's very difficult because then that's part of who I am, and it's love is the movement. I haven't really gotten one, but then the message is it's consistent. Love is the movement. It's always been about the people. We, not me, Parahita. We the people, bringing the voice back to the people, but also letting them know that they're not alone, that they are going to be heard, right? So it's how to incorporate that and send that message out, because that represents me. That's what I want to be. I'll bring it into a little story. I told my Nino, I said, Nino, when I get into office, our office is going to be the office of the people. It's going to be the office of accountability and transparency, but it's also going to be the office of the people, that they can come in and feel like if they have nowhere to go, they come in, that's their second home. That's their home if they have nowhere to go. But it's always been about the people. So I don't have a slogan just yet, but it's definitely we, not me. I mean, not definitely, but it's leading into we, not me, Parahita.
Well, you know what? I think we just made history here on the Hotspot, because Angela Santos just came up with the slogan. So thank you for sharing that. Congratulations.
Santos.
And you know, as Guam politics goes, your marketing slogan is not official until you run it by Nino.
There you go.
Okay, we have time, right, guys, in the back? We have time for a couple questions that were sent to us on Instagram. So let's go to number one, please, if we can. Joe, sir, my friend in the back. This was sent to us by _Vin Pangilinan. There is the question. We'll ask the same one to both of you. What can you offer, and we'll start with Bistra, what can you offer, Bistra, to the people of Guam that we haven't heard before?
One thing that I've noticed that we've been listening over and over and over again from past administrations and politicians was we need to diversify, but I've never heard a solid idea how and when and where we should be looking at those opportunities. And I just recently wrote 2 articles in the PDN and the Post, actually sharing my idea. Guam is a very good place to start an essential oil extraction and hydrosol industry. It doesn't take too much of real estate to do beyond what you already have in your garden. There is a possibility to cooperative farmers that can bring in together their product and do that. So those are the things that I know that not everyone has been hearing, is those true real life ideas that are put out there, because in general, when we speak in general, it's very nice for me to say we need to do this and this is what I think, but when I narrow it down and drill down to the idea itself, that's, I think, that brings the value to the voter. Okay, this is someone that actually knows what they're doing.
Interesting. So the idea in theory versus in practice.
Correct.
All right, well done. Okay, Angela, we'd like to ask you the same question once again. What can you offer to the people of Guam that we haven't heard before?
Sheesh. I mean, haven't heard before. I really want to say that, on the top of my head, I don't have any thoughts of what we haven't heard before, but what I will bring to the people of Guam is that certainty that you will hold me accountable. Hold me accountable for my actions. If you watch the past commission meetings, you will see my voice, and you'll see that accountability is very important to me. That's to bring back the trust within our government and its governmental system. So there's also that sense of, there are 15 people when you elect in the senatorial, in the legislature. We all have to get along, and I am open, because when it's about the people, it has to be fair and about love. It's about the love for our people. That's
there you
me.
go. You have to legislate with love. I like that.
Yes, sir.
All right. And one of you has the same ringtone as me, I believe. So that's really cool. Okay, our next question. This is our second question, also coming to us from Instagram. This is from AnnieRock_JA9. Annie Rock asks, Bistra, will you focus on increasing the minimum wage? Pretty direct question here.
Pretty direct question. I actually did a little bit of research on that topic, because I keep hearing from a lot of the people out there that they feel that minimum wage needs to increase, and I do support it to a certain extent, but drastic changes right off the bat, that could be actually detrimental to an economy. Right now, one of the things that we don't really talk about is that we were twice as poor as we were back in '96. According to the Consumer Price Index on Guam, in 1996, $1 was worth $1, but in the first quarter of 2022, it's only 47 cents. Now, what does that tell you? We got stuck in.
We're in big trouble.
Yeah, we're in very big trouble, because even with the current, the latest increase in minimum wage at $9.25, that does not catch up to that level of minimum amount of salary that we need. So slowly, yes. Immediately, abruptly, no.
All right. All right, Angela Santos, same question to you. Will you focus on increasing the island's minimum wage?
To focus on it, I wouldn't be able to do that. To get us people to where we can be a little less or more self-sustaining, yes, I will focus on that. I do support raising the minimum wage, because if our gas prices go up and everything else goes up, why shouldn't our minimum wage go up to be able to afford these items? So yes, I am in support of raising the minimum wage.
All right, very nice. All right, we're going to go to a commercial break, but real quick, I got 3 seconds for each of you. This is something that may endear you to voters on some level. I'd like to find out from each of you, what is your astrological sign?
That's what I'm all about.
Define according to which astrological school we are talking about, because there's the Western tropical and there's the Vedic, which I'm actually more prone to learn about that Vedic because it's much more ancient system.
Whichever one works for you, whatever floats
According
your boat.
to
I'm a
the-
Taurus, so of course.
I'm a Taurus
yeah.
according to Western, but I'm a
You can't change my name.
rising Cancer according to the Vedic.
Okay,
which
very
is
nice.
actually the nurturing sign.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for that. We got knowledge on the show. Okay, and Angela, your astrological sign, please.
My sun sign is Scorpio. My moon sign is Virgo.
All right. Okay.
And then Chinese horoscope, I'm a sheep.
Very cool. Okay. Very educated Guamanians here. Very, very driven. Very much wanting to serve you in the 37th legislature. Bistra Mendiola and Angela Santos, thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing some of your thoughts and everything, and we wish you both the best.
Thank you so much
All right.
for the opportunity.
Please stay tuned. We got Harvey Egna and Franklin Menno coming up after this. This is The Hotspot.